So there's this trail near my house, right? Well, not that near my house, but it's definitely in my city, and it's a place where if I go and you'll see like familiar faces, maybe a neighbor, maybe you'll see someone that you know, someone in the area. It's definitely a hiking trail slash park. You know, there's water fountains, there's restrooms, and sometimes you see people just hanging out in their cars, honestly. Sometimes they're just hanging out in their vehicles, talking on the phone, hearing music. And so, yes. So, anywho, I will go to this trail, especially at that time when this happened. I will go to that trail at least twice a week. And so I'm there, you know, and next thing you know, this guy approaches me. By the way, there's different trails you can take. They're very short trails. So it's not like you're going to get lost in there, you know. It's a very basic trail. It's not what you would go if you were like an experienced hiker. It's so basic. It's just like where you would go. I don't know, right? It's just somewhere you go like, hey, I just gotta work. I'm gonna go work out real quick. It's kind of that type of trail, you know. And so, yes, so I'm there. I'm hiking, you know, walking around, and all of a sudden this guy approaches me, and this guy goes, hey, I see you here all the time. Just very bubbly, starts a conversation with me like we were high school buddies or something, you know. And he's like, hey, I see you here all the time, right? And I was like, oh, really? And I didn't even know how to like take it or how to respond to him because he caught me off guard, you know. And I was like, oh, really? You know, like, oh, like, okay. And then I just continued to walk because I didn't want to engage in a conversation with him because I could only assume that he was going to try to be flirtatious and honestly, you guys, I just wanted to like relax, you know. I like to go there and just relax, and this guy's over here talking to me, and I'm like, okay. Then he goes, oh, where were you? I didn't see you here for a little while. Let me tell you what he meant by that. Remember how I told you that I used to go there like twice a week? Okay. Well, there was a time where I caught like the flu. And so I was sick for a little bit and I was recovering, you know. I didn't want to go out and walk, you know, I'd be coughing or, you know, things like that. And so I was resting a little bit, you know. And for like 2 weeks, you guys, I did not go to this trail. And so for this guy to go from, hey, I see you here all the time, to, hey, where you been? I haven't seen you in a little while. Really? That's the part where I was like, what? I didn't say that to him, but for him to say, I haven't seen you, you know, where have you been? Like, how did he know? And then I was like staring at him, and you know, at that point, I'm not even listening to what he's saying. I'm almost like I'm there, but I'm not there. My brain is like analyzing his face, like, have I seen this guy around here? You know, no, I have not. I don't recall seeing him. And I'm weirded out. Now I really don't want to be talking to this guy. But I also don't want to like take out running or be rude, you know. And so then I go, oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm going to continue walking now because I have to leave early today. Complete lie. But, you know, I got to do what I have to do. You know, I'm not about to stick around with this guy when he just told me that, where have I been? Clearly, you've been either... I could only assume that he was like a regular person there and that he had noticed me and that I have not noticed him. Big reminder, be aware of your surroundings. And so I was like, okay, I gotta go. And then I start walking even faster. No, I'm not scared. I'm just weirded out. And so I start walking faster so that hopefully he just stops talking to me. But no. He had to catch right up to me, you know, and continue to like walk next to me, like, you know, like we're a couple there or something. And he's like, hey, so do you live around here? I'm like, yeah, I live nearby. I'm trying to like dodge the questions, but at the same time, you know, I don't know how to answer them. But I definitely know that I shouldn't be telling him too many details. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Then you guys, I make a certain turn in this trail. So basically I'm walking straight, and I can tell because I've been there multiple times that if I keep walking straight, it's going to take me on this big loop that is going to take me even longer to get to my vehicle. So the fastest way, I have to go through this like very narrow, which honestly I don't even think it's meant for you to be walking on there, but it's like a very super narrow little skinny trail. And I decide to, but you're surrounded by high bushes, dry, you know. Anyways, so I'm walking by there. I take that small trail. Now this guy is walking behind me. And as he's walking behind me, I'm like, oh my God, was this a bad idea? Because I don't want this man behind me. Why would I want him? He has the upper hand now. But even then, I'm a little nervous once he's behind me. I still don't feel threatened, you know? I'm just, okay, let me get away from this guy. He's weird. That's mainly what I felt. It's just, I was weirded out. And, you know, I'm like speed walking. I'm like, oh yeah. Like, I'm just like dodging the questions. Like, he'll be like talking, like, yeah, I come here all the time. And yeah, and I see you. And, you know, and then I stop seeing you, you know, like, you guys. And then he goes, oh, yeah, and then, I didn't see your car anymore. So I was like, oh, I guess you didn't come today. What? Like, why is this guy looking for my vehicle? And the thing that I kind of feel guilty about was the fact that he noticed me, but I didn't notice him. And I know it's not like my fault, but I was kind of mad at myself for that. Like, how can this guy notice me? And I have no idea that he was even watching over me. And, you know, like, I was like, okay, was this guy walking behind me? Like, what? Like, I was just very confused, you know? And then, you know, when we get, the whole time he's just talking, he's like, yeah, I come here all the time, and I see you. Yeah, and he starts talking about the weather. Yeah, but you know, when it rains, you know, it's kind of like, you know, the dirt, you know, it gets wet, and then my shoes, like random stuff. Like, what? You know, and anyways, long story short, I get closer to my vehicle, and of course he knows that because he knows what my car looks like apparently, even though I have no idea if he walks or if he bikes or if he drives there, but apparently he knows everything about me. So anyways, he goes, well, are you gonna be here next time? You think I can have your number? And then I immediately was like, no. Like, I just turned completely around. I faced him and I said, no. I said, no, you cannot have my number. It's like, I'm sorry. Like, I gotta go. I can't be talking to you no more. I'm meeting my boyfriend, and I don't want him to think wrong. That's what I said. Because I don't even have a boyfriend. Right? But obviously I have to say something to, you know, scare him off. And then he just goes, oh, like disappointed face / like, oh, I don't know what to say now. And so I don't wait for him to figure it out, right? No, like, I turn back around, like, okay, I gotta go. And I just walking in faster towards my vehicle. You know, I'm even like jogging down the hill a little bit. And I make it to my car, and I see him like slow walking, not towards down the path where I just took, but like going that way. And I'm going down this way. Does that make any sense? If it doesn't, I'm sorry. And he just keep glancing my way, like a confused face. So I guess him thinking that I have a boyfriend caught him off guard. Now, obviously, he didn't like hurt me or anything, but that weirded me out, you guys. And after that, I stopped going to that trail completely. Did I go back? Yes. But I went back in the evenings with one of my friends. And I only been back like twice with her. And, you know, but I don't feel unsafe. I don't feel like I'm in danger. In fact, if I'm being even more honest, I really don't think he's like a stalker. But I think it's because enough time has gone by now where I'm like, okay, that was a weird experience. and I'm kind of over it. But in that moment, definitely, you know, I was like, okay. And then I started to even like overthink. Like this guy got me overthinking at around that time when this happened, right? I was thinking to myself, oh my God, what if he followed me home? But like I said, I don't know if he biked there or if he walked or if he had a vehicle. So until this day, I don't know the answer to that. And so I didn't know, but I started to get like a little paranoid, and I would like, when I left my house, I would like look around. You know, when I went out to work, when I came back from work, I'll be like looking around, you guys. I was a little paranoid. And yes, that's that story. And I hope you enjoyed. But I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.